Hello everyone, this is vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess, coming at you today to talk about the transit of Jupiter from Taurus as it's going to move into the sign of Gemini. So we're going to talk about the transits for each sign, and we're also going to pull an oracle card from my brand new oracle deck, the All-Seeing Eye. And stick around to the end and you can find out how you can win maybe a free reading and some different giveaways that I'm doing to promote my new deck. But first, let's dive into it. So Jupiter is the planet of luck, good fortune. It expands, it makes more of. It spends roughly about 1 year in every sign. And roughly it corresponds to the Chinese astrology also. So it spends 1 year in each sign, and in that year, that sign could be really lucky, abundant, attracting a lot of things. But it's going to affect everybody depending on where it is in the astrology wheel. This is going to be more geared towards the rising sign. Anytime we break out the wheel, we're talking rising sign. But you could also listen to your sun sign and moon for more insights. Okay, so it's moving into Gemini, and this has happened before. The last time was 2013, and before that 2001, before that 1989, 1977, 1965, 1953, and so on, going backward in 12-year increments. If you were born in any of those years we just mentioned, that means you're having a Jupiter return, which is also super lucky, super fortunate. And you just look back on those cycles, because you can get insights to what was magnified, what was amplified, what was going on in my life at that time. Alright, so we're going to go around the wheel and we're going to go sign by sign, and I'm also going to pull one of my All-Seeing Eye Oracle cards. This is my brand new Oracle deck. It's not only an Oracle deck with Hamzas, has Hamzas and then other detailed designs on the back, but it's also got a board on the back, a pendulum board, and it comes with a free mini pendulum that you can use with the deck. It's still in the Kickstarter phase as of filming this video, so if you'd like to find out more on how you can win a free reading, go to the end of the video and we'll talk about it. But first, let's go ahead and get into the sign of Aries. I'm going to shuffle while I'm talking. Okay, Aries, this is going to go... Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, this other little dot on here. This other little dot is Pluto. So here's what's going on. It's going to be super powerful, because as Jupiter goes to the low degrees 0, 1, 2 degrees of Gemini, it's going to make an exact trine to Pluto. So that doesn't usually happen. That's going to be mega powerful. It's just going to amplify it even further than other years, perhaps, okay? All right, Aries. So yeah, this is coming into your third house. So it's coming out of your money house. You should have had a good money year last year. Coming into your third house. This is all about communication, short distance travel. If you were ever going to write that book, this would be the time to do it. If you're thinking about doing some changes around your area, like your home environment, maybe joining in with some kind of neighborhood thing, a third house. Also, another thing that it could be is your siblings. If you have siblings, it could be stuff coming up about your siblings. Okay, well, here comes the card. It just flew right out. The card you have for the Jupiter Ingress is water. Now, water is about energy of emotions. It's about creativity and flow. It's really like it's the water houses too, which this is not. This is an air sign. But the water energy is about flow of creativity. And one of the first things that did come to mind when we started the reading was that I was feeling like, writing or doing that creative expression of whatever type. Because the Pluto's in your 11th, you may want to get into some kind of group or organization. With the water energy, you just want to get in that flow, really get in that flow. Things you start now may come to fruition in the water sign time, so perhaps when things start moving into Cancer, or even within the next year of Cancer, you may want to visit an aquarium or somewhere there's fish, or just somewhere down by, a natural body of water. Your emotions could be really coming to the forefront, and maybe with the third house activation, this could indicate maybe doing some journaling or something could really help process emotional things that are coming forward at this time. Alright, well, next we're going to move on to the sign of Taurus. Well, Jupiter has been in your sign with Uranus. I mean, there's been a lot of action here for you, Tauruses. Now it's moving into your second house of money and finance. So this is going to be, that's your house, Taurus. You're all about that. This is going to be a big time for money, finance, and things of this nature. It's connecting up with the Aquarius stuff is in your 10th house at Pluto. So things that are happening now could make big strides in your long-term career goals also. Money, finance, I mean, this is your home base. You rule the second house, so it's really where you could utilize this energy and to make a lot of financial gains, property, investments, possessions, things like this. You could acquire some really nice possessions, but overall, because of the aspect to the Pluto up in your 10th, could be more career related, making big strides in that area, financial related to career. Here's your card. We've got the snail. Well, slow, but you know, that's kind of your jam anyway. You know, you do like things slow and steady with the snail energy. I keep calling it snail, but it's slow. I should have brought the booklet out. I need to do that. But basically, it's about slowing down, taking a look at everything that's happening in your life. Because if you're rushing, which is, again, not really a Taurus thing usually, but if you're rushing, a lot of times you miss out on things, you know, and you don't want to miss out on those opportunities. I'm hearing that song, and I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah, so you don't want to miss a thing. Well, Taurus says, I mean, again, this is kind of right in your wheelhouse. You're kind of a slow and steady kind of person anyway. Take things slow. Take rest when needed. These are all musical rests on here. You know, take that rest time and just slow down and kind of smell the flowers, see what's going on around you. Appreciate. This is also a thing of appreciating the beauty and appreciating the just the beauty around you, so you don't get caught up. Because sometimes with the Gemini energy, for everyone, we can get kind of caught up in our mind. That can definitely be a thing. So this is calling us to just slow down and take it easy. Slow down, you move too fast. All right, Gemini, well, you're the star of the show, right? Jupiter's moving into your sign. I highly advise you to go back and remember what was happening on these other years, because it could definitely be something coming in similar again. And what I say about these transits all the time when you go back and remember the other years, etc., excuse me, is that if you could go back in time and give your 2013 self some advice, what would it be? And then apply it to your life now. But overall, you're just going to have all this magnetism. People are just going to be drawn, attracted to you. Got this giant Jupiter there pulling in the energy, pulling in attraction. With this trine to the 9th house here, you may have some sort of big aha moment, spiritual awakening. It would be a good time to travel with Jupiter too. That's a travel thing, and 9th house is travel, long distance travel. Immerse yourself in some other culture, learn another language, or even go back to school. So let's get our one card for Gemini. Oh, it's saying stop. Stop is talking about knowing when to stop. You know, that's the thing with Jupiter and Gemini, and Jupiter in your first house. It can be like a turbocharged thing where you're just like, you just want to take off and go. You know, you just have Geminis, you have a lot of energy anyway. And then Jupiter being in your sign brings up all this energy also of your natural state of go, do. And, you know, it could be because the 9th house too, and Jupiter, is about tapping into those higher forces. So if you're just constantly on the go, doing, then you're not going to be able to tune into these kinds of things. I'm trying to pull it up and read it off the tablet here. We're scrolling down, but basically it's a sign of hitting a dead end. If something's not working, don't try to push it. You know, it's kind of like, just take it easy. Take a minute to pause. I know you're excited. I know there's going to be a lot of excitement around you guys, and you're raring to go. But there is something to be said for slowing down. Okay, it says know when to lay down. Do not view this as a defeat, rather a course correction. The universe is guiding you in a different direction. Yeah, so with the Jupiter and the aspect to the 9th house, you can get those downloads of where the universe is actually trying to guide you towards, and what it's trying to show you. All right, Cancer, well, you know, Jupiter is moving into your 12th house, which is a very psychic and spiritual kind of a place. It also rules over the past. You could be majorly activated with people from the past showing up, or maybe you're just kind of revisiting the past in your own emotional mind and thoughts and whatever. Could also have to do with things having to do with your past life. This might be a good time to get a past life reading. Or maybe you're just if you find yourself attracted to these certain things, oops, we're dropping these cards around, you know, maybe you had a past life connection. You know, consider the possibility that there's a past life connection. through people, places, and things. Hitting that Pluto in the 8th house. So for some of you, there could be, gosh, this is all, well, this is going to be your card. But for some of you, there could be some sort of an inheritance too, with this 8th house connection here. Well, the sound resonance card is the card that showed out for you. This is a powerful card about toning and doing your environment and how sound is frequency. So sound carries frequency. And you want to do a clearing of your space. You know, the 12th house also is that clearing energy as well. So we want to clear our space. We want to be, set the tone, you know, because next year Jupiter's going to move into your sign. So we're clearing away all this old stuff, and we're definitely like setting the tone for what's coming up in next year. But we're clearing, we're making our space receptive. We're clearing and making our space really receptive for what we want to manifest. These are some of the different modalities that are pictured on the card. I'm having problems with this tablet. I should have not even tried to do it. But anyways, these different modalities is like, this is a gong, and then the bells and the chimes, and that's the tuning rod, or tuning fork, and then we've got the little hand bells, and we've got the singing bowl here. So these are the different kinds of things you can do. Or you could just listen to some really elevating music, or, you know, something that really elevates your energy and puts you in a good space, okay? Okay, now let's go on to Leo. Okay, Leo, this is all about socializing big time. I mean, Gemini is a social sign anyway. You know, it definitely is conversation, socializing, these types of things. But then when you throw in that it's coming in your 11th house of friends, groups, and associates, and you throw in you being a Leo, you're so sociable anyway, this is going to really up your game in that way. Some of you Leos could be, with Pluto going into your 7th here and making this aspect, some of you Leos could be shocked that you may be just thinking, oh, we're going out for, you know, not even thinking about meeting us like a partner in any way, and bam, Pluto could be like, wow, they just show up out of nowhere. But definitely socialize, be around friends. This is also the house of money from the career, so there could be some powerful partnership in your 7th house that could bring in money from the career for you through groups and associations. Okay, so let's get this card for our Leo friends. We've got Wish card. This is awesome. The Wish card is all about making a wish, you know, doing something, make that wish, and it's also like the wish come true. It's no coincidence that I made the Wish card number 9. I definitely, this is a true, you know, my little nod to the tarot. There's a few of them in this deck, and I definitely, when I came to the Wish card, I was like, yeah, 9 of Cups, like the 9, it's got to be the Wish card. So this is all these things. It's just like making that wish, getting what you want. Could be a wish come true of something that you've been wanting and you've been sort of coveting and wanting for a long time. But it could also be, you know, make a wish. When this card comes out, it's like make a wish. You know, when I said that out loud, it sounded like to me at that Make-A-Wish Foundation. So for some of you, you may even be involved in that Make-A-Wish Foundation. So Make-A-Wish, it looks like a fortunate thing, and there could be a really fortunate some kind of partnership developing. But the Jupiter's more in the group dynamic for Leos, okay? Next, let's move on to the sign of Virgo. Virgo, this is up in your 10th house of career. I know Virgos like to hear that. This could be, you know, making big strides in your career sector. Not only 10th house is not only career, it's just where you want to be, how you're seen in the world, or how you want to be seen in the world, or what you're striving for, and, you know, to being in the spotlight. It's the top of your chart where you're getting noticed, or what you're striving toward. Making that trine down here into your 6th house of work. So big time, your work and career could really be taking off at this time. This is the year to go for that new job, ask for that raise or promotion, shoot for the stars, they just say. Okay, this just flew out this way, and we're going to take the top card, which is plant medicine. Okay, plant medicine is all about, it's not just about, it can be there, I mean, I put some mushrooms and different things on there, but I also put like healing herbs and stuff. So the plant, what's called herb, I called it herbal because plant medicine wouldn't fit on the bottom, but really I think of this card as plant medicine card. You know, the Pluto is also the 6th house of health, where the Pluto is. I was going right for the work thing because it's career. But you may want, and Virgos, you're all about the health thing. That's your jam, right? And that's your 6th house there. Maybe you're going to come upon some kind of herbal thing. Of course, this is not medical advice, and I'm not a doctor. Consult your regular doctors and everything. But you may come across some herbal treatments or things like this that really help you just to feel better and get back on your game here. Let's see here. You may be called to further explore plant medicine at this time. The healing modalities are far and wide-reaching, bestowing many physical, mental, and spiritual benefits. Yeah, I like that card for you in general. That's definitely a Virgo kind of card. All right, Libra, let's go on to you. Well, this is making a nice trine into the air sign energy for you. You've been through a lot with all these eclipses and everything. This is going to be actually in your, let's see, 7th, 8th, 9th house. So that's Jupiter's natural house ruler in the flat wheel. Jupiter rules the 9th. It's about long distance travel. It's about education. It's about spiritual growth and expansion. It's about foreign people, foreign to you, or foreign countries to you. It's about stepping outside the box of your, of the norm, or how you've been raised, or whatever happened. One of the cards flew on the ground. That's going to be the one where you're going to use. By the way, this is just a very thin prototype. That's why they're so kind of weird and hard to handle. This isn't the actual deck. This is just the prototype, so I could show it to you. Really quick though, the trine is going down to the 5th house of Pluto here. So through fun and enjoyment, you could free your mind and have like some awakening. Maybe through a love affair, you may fall in love with somebody who's from a different culture or something that you've never been really a part of here. Okay, you got the health card. The last one was also like a health card. And this talks about traditional health stuff. This talks about going in and getting that checkup, getting your blood pressure taken, and maybe start working out, or start, if you review your prescriptions if you have any, and looking into holistic health and stuff too. But when this card shows up, it is a time to look into your health. Maybe catch it a little beforehand, before the next, well, Pluto's going to be 20 years before it hits your 6th. But yeah, the health card is just paying attention to your health. With the 5th house interaction, this could totally be like doing some kind of fun sport. Pickleball is low impact. A lot of people are doing pickleball. If you feel like, oh, I have bad knees, or, I just can't do the sports I used to do anymore. Well, maybe something a little low impact, chair yoga, there's all sorts of things. Or maybe you're just going to go for it full on and, run a marathon or something. Or, it's going to be on an individual basis as to where you're at with your own physical health stuff. Okay, Scorpio. This is going to be the reading for Scorpios. This is going to be in your 8th house of other people's money, investments, death, taxes, money from partnerships. I'm Scorpio rising, and that is why I chose this time to launch my Kickstarter. So I'm hoping with the Jupiter in the 8th, that could be crowdfunding. You can get support for things like that. It could change your foundation in life. So maybe you could fall in love with somebody that there's very sexual attraction or something, and you move in with them. But also maybe you could have extra money coming in and allow for a move or a change in your environment as Pluto gets more solidly into your 4th house there, home and foundation. But overall, it's in your 8th house. Big changes, definitely a financial house, but it has more to do with other people's money than yours. But other people's money could come your way, okay? Let's take this card. We have blast off, or space, or blast off. This is about this, you're blasting off, and you could be really successful with this card. If you're thinking about just regular earthly things, this could talk about really blasting off into space, just taking off into a higher realm than you've ever been before. Another thing about this card is an actual interest in space and ETs and things like that. And I feel like that's going to be a big thing here with Pluto and Aquarius, regardless of your sign or whatever. That's going to be a big thing. But it could have, some of you, I'm serious, could really just even have some kind of ET encounter or something. Or, on a more earthly level, maybe you're just going to really get into, like, science and astronomy or astrology, or looking into the stars and looking into outer space. But yeah, this is a very, very favorable card. I call it space, but I really wanted to call it blasting off. It's another one where I just couldn't fit it. We're going to move on next to the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. Well, this is in your house of partnerships. So yeah, you have this great opportunity for a benefit through your partnerships, or usually this is one-on-one romantic partnerships, usually. But a lot of times it could also be just, financial gains, a business partnership, a new best friend, or a new coworker, a new work partner, or something like that. This is coming in the other part of it. The Pluto's in your third house, so you may get some kind of big news like, oh wow, this whole thing, I got this news that I'm going to be working with this new partner, or I'm getting transferred to this new place, or something along those lines. And, it could be really exciting. It feels like it could be just really exciting, and it feels like it could expand other areas of your life. That's really what I want to say about it. It could expand other areas of your life, and be beneficial through other people. Okay, let's get your card. You've got the soulmate card. Well, that makes perfect sense. I mean, that's so perfect that you've got Jupiter going in your 7th house of love and partnerships, and then you get the soulmate card here. That's just so crazy good. I can't believe it. Let me pull up. I try to do this a different way, and we're going to try to pull it up this way and get the soulmate card just one by one, so I can read what I initially wrote. But this is about love. We got the wedding bells and the engagement ring, the key to your heart. None among us enter the earth walk alone. We all have soul contracts with other beings who we agree to meet in this incarnational experience. Many are loved ones and cherished connections, it's true, yet there are others who challenge us and break our hearts. Those are also our soulmates. Whatever the case, when this card appears, you may be certain that this is no casual relationship. You have come together for the purpose of soul growth and expansion. Yeah, that is another thing about the 7th house and the soulmate card. 7th house can be the house of open enemies, but that's the lesser degree, especially because this card is so much about all the love vibes and everything. So if you're looking to, couple, watch out, Sagittarius. Be on the lookout, because you could definitely meet somebody. All right, Capricorn, well, this stuff is all moving into your, let's see, 6th house of health. So this is a great time to really pay attention to your health, start some new health routine, regimen. It's also work, though. So it could be, oh, your card flew the wrong way. I'm going to get it out. It could also be something that you're doing with work, a new job. It'd be a good time to do a new job, start a new project, because Capricorns, you've always got projects going on, right? And then Pluto's in your 2nd, so the money could be huge, right? You've got the Flux card. And the Flux card is the tween time, the magic hour kind of energy. You could look at it as the sun rising or the sun setting, depending on, where you're actually at in your cycle. It's going to be different for everybody. It'll be different every time that this card appears, But it's about that in-between time. There's something magic in that in-between time. Let's see here. The tween time is that magical moment when things are in flux, between light and dark, wake and sleep, day and night, when one world abuts unto another. It is possible to transition into another timeline, another way of being, another reality. In the world where magical creatures make themselves known, and you are available to help you with your endeavors. As you drift off to sleep, set your intentions as your soul transitions from the physical world off to the land of Nod. If your life seems to be in flux, steer your visioning to the highest possible outcome and live your dreams now. Yeah. And, this is 6th house of health, too. This is also daily routines, it can be. Sometimes I use the 3rd, but I believe it's the 6th house of daily routines. So it's like doing things a little different, breaking those routines. But definitely, we could have big strides and breakthroughs with your work and money situations here. Okay? All right, next we're going to move on to the sign of Aquarius, where we have Pluto's in your 1st house, or will be soon. I mean, some Aquariuses, if you're Aquarius rising, it's going to be maybe even years before it hits. But I always say, because say you have 10 degrees of, there's 30 degrees or 29 degrees in the signs, okay? So say you're at 10 degrees or something. Pluto's not going to get to 10 degrees for a few years yet, so, but the minute it enters in, it still makes an activation. You still feel the activation, you still feel the energy, even if it hasn't got to the actual degree. This stuff's down here in your 5th house, so love, romance, fun, the Jupiter, creativity, children. If you're trying to get pregnant, this is the year to try to get pregnant. If you were trying to get pregnant, this is the year to launch that creative project. If you've been talking about it forever, and you like that. Okay, this flew out, so we're going to go for it. This is the gemstone card. The gemstone card it's more than anything, I believe this card is about you just sparkling and shining like a gem, or being this, having this preciousness about it. So it's about like loving yourself, but also the sparkle and shine. People are going to notice you. Fifth house, people are going to be attracted to you. Gemstones can also talk about actually working with gemstones, finding those. And I feel like you should always go with what you're attracted to. Because I remember years, onyx, I just needed onyx. So everything I wore, onyx jewelry, that was my favorite stone. And now I rarely wear the onyx. It's like you'll be attracted to these different stones and these different gemstones at the moment that you really need them. And then maybe later on you might need a different one. You don't have to, even colors, people say, what's your favorite color? Well, sometimes it used to be this color, now it's this color. You don't have to be so set in stone, to throw a little pun in there. Go with what you're attracted to, but you are going to be attracting too when you get this. It's like you're dazzling, you're sparkling, you're dazzling when the gemstone card shows up. All right, last but not least is our Pisces friends. Well, Pisces, this is right in your 4th house, so this is home and family. Right away, I feel like some of you, with the Pluto in the 12th too, maybe if you've been estranged from a family member for a long time, this could be a time to really make amends, or like kind of come to some kind of a healing within yourself. Even if you don't, out in the outer world, end up making up with that person, there could be some kind of forgiveness kind of a thing. If you were planning on moving, well, you got 2 cards, we'll go with both of them. If you were planning on moving, you could, this could be a time when you would find that great place, that perfect place, within the neighborhood and the people, surroundings that you wanted. Well, actually, this is your 12th house. Yeah, things from the past are going to be coming up, but I feel like you can really ground them in the earth too, because that's also a thing of the 4th house. It's like this foundation. It's not it's Cancer's sign, and Gemini in your case, but there is this element of, I can make this foundation, okay, and I can find this foundation and purging stuff from the past. Well, the 2 cards that you got the Sorrow card, which is, upon us all a little rain must fall. Life is not just a bowl of cherries. There's times in our lives where we come into sorrow and we do feel sad. The Music card was actually the top card, though. So this is about, music is all about changing their energy and the healing magic of music too. Bringing music into your house. I was just feeling like, these days you can get pianos for free. People are just giving them away because it's just, nobody wants to deal with moving this giant piece of furniture around. So maybe just get it, as a piece of furniture, have a piano in your home or whatever. Maybe it's just, listening to your earbuds or whatever the case may be. I'll read this. Music speaks to us all, the soundtrack of our life. You are being invited to bring music into your life when this card makes an appearance. Dance the dance of enchantment and feel the energy of its presence. Yeah, dancing is a big time Pisces thing. Move your body, move that energy out of your body. Music fills our souls and raises our vibration. It is the power to heal and the power to transcend through frequency itself. Whether you play an instrument, sing, or just a music lover, it is time to allow the tonal resonance that is music to envelop your very being. Yeah. Put some music on. It'll lift your spirits. Maybe some of you might be like reminiscing and playing old songs that remind you. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you got to have, we used to call it a boo-hoo. Sometimes you got to just have that big boo-hoo and get it all out or something like that. Because you will be purging a lot of stuff with the Pluto and the 12th. But you're building this new foundation for sure with this Jupiter down here in your 4th house. All right, everybody. So you got another little taste of my upcoming deck. Again, this is just a very thin prototype. I have a Kickstarter campaign going to raise the funds to get the deck printed, and I want to have all the little extras. Like I want to put a little mini pendulum in each case and a tin and all these nice things. You can head over to Kickstarter and share the actual Kickstarter, or follow or back it also to help me get these cards printed. But if you want to, I'm giving away some things, okay? We're going to give away an astrology report of your choice, 3 of those, 2 personal readings, and 1 grand prize winner is going to get a soul portrait painted by me. But if the campaign's successful, for sure I'll be adding in like some free decks and some of the other merch and stuff from that too. But I can't promise that now until I know that the campaign is successful. But I can promise that if you share with the hashtag AllSeeingEye Oracle Cards, that's extremely important. If you don't use that hashtag, I won't know. I'm not going to go check comments and all this other stuff. I'll be checking and looking for this hashtag, and I'll search the hashtag, and then I'll be able to see that you did share either the actual Kickstarter page, or I have 2 videos. I have one on YouTube, which is landscape, you know, for YouTube better viewing, but also on the social media sites on Facebook and Instagram I have a square one. So if you're going to share on the social media, which I would love that if you would, I would prefer you just go and share the square one, because it's just better, easier to view on a phone or whatever. You can find the links to every bit of this. You can find the links to the Instagram video, you can find the link to the Facebook video, you can find the link to the YouTube video, and you can find the link to the actual campaign, which on the actual campaign page there's even a little thing, share. It has all the social media tags there. So you can just share it right from there. But the most important thing, if you want to be entered into the giveaway, is you must include this hashtag so I can track it later. And that's how I'm going to find all my entries, and then we're going to put it on a spreadsheet and do a random number generator to pull the winners, okay? So I hope that you got something out of this reading, and I hope that you really like my new cool deck, and that you're help me support it in any way you can. Again, by following it and sharing the video, it doesn't mean you have to be a contributor necessarily. You can just, you know, you'll still be entered into context. But I would love it if you do like the video, because there's going to be all these cool prizes that come along with it, like mojo bags and different other really cool and fun things, okay? All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk again soon. Bye.